Hi, my name is Bailey. Welcome back to my channel. And if you haven't been here before, I do simple stretches at home that you can follow along with. Today, we're going to be doing a hamstring and like a really deep leg stretch. So we're gonna start standing up. So if you're not standing, do it already. Okay, and all today that you will need is just a space in which you can do your stretches in. And then if you have a bar. I know that's not necessarily something that's like easy to come by, but if you have one, you have one. If not, you can use your bed, a chair, a stool, literally anything, like a table. But we'll get to that stretches. We'll get to those stretches later. All right. So we're gonna start standing and we're gonna keep our feet right underneath our hips. All right. And I'm gonna start by slowly nodding my head down, letting each vertebrae curve until I start to feel a pull in my hamstrings, okay? Right from here, I'm gonna bend my knees until my hands can reach the floor all the way. Then I'm gonna slowly start to straighten. You might feel a pull and your hands might need to come up, and that's completely fine. All right, we take this for 3 more times. We bend and straighten. Can you reach further this time? We go bend and straighten. We go bend and straighten. Last time, here we go bend and straighten. Right from here, if your hands can reach the ground, they can, but if not, you can keep them on your hips, on your thighs, just hanging, whatever works well for you here, all right? Right from here, we're gonna bend one knee at a time. These are called elephant walks, and we're gonna floss our nerve here, okay? We're going to gently tug on the hamstrings, warming them up. Again, slowly bending one knee at a time and straightening the other. All right, let me turn to the side so you can see this as well. We bend one knee and straighten the other, and we're just flossing this nerve. This is one of my favorite hamstring stretches, all right? If you really want to get a little bit more flexible, try to look down towards your knees. Okay, you'll get a bigger stretch that way. Then start to roll back up, tucking your tailbone underneath and letting your head be the last thing to come up. Okay, right from here, I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see me a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna find myself in a squat, okay? I'm going to squat, straighten my back. My feet are right underneath my hips. And then I'm gonna push my arms out to the side, flatten my back. This is gonna be a big pull through the calves and the hamstrings. So we bend and straighten. Make sure you're breathing deeply. We bend and straighten, bend, and straighten. You'll start to feel your thighs warm up a little bit. Bend and straighten. Activate your core here too. Belly button into spine. Let's take 2 more as we go. Bend and straighten. Warm up those hamstrings. Last one. Bend and straighten. Good. And come up. You can shake it all out. All right, right from here, we're gonna go down into downward facing dog. All right, so I'm trying to think of the best way for you guys to see this. So downward facing dog, I'm gonna go this way. All right, head looking down towards your knees. We wanna push our head through the frame of our arms, and we're gonna start treading through our feet very gently. So bending one knee at a time, trying to reach that back heel down as we're warming up the calves, getting a little heat. And before you do like really, really deep stretches, make sure that you are warm. You don't want to go into like any, especially like hamstring stretches, super cold. You want your muscles to be warmed up. So these are great stretches to do after you're done with like a workout or a run, especially if you're like sore in your legs. So just keep that in mind. All right, I'm gonna come down to the ground and face the front. I'm gonna take my right leg and bring it forward, straighten out my left leg, which is behind me. My heel is off the ground, okay? And we wanna be really intentional, that didn't make any sense. Intentional about where our foot placement is, okay? So we want our whole foot on the ground. A lot of the times I see people like trying to bring their heel up or like going off to the side. So whole foot on the ground. You want your knee to be in line with your ankle, 90 degrees, and the back leg is straight, okay? Right from here, take a nice deep breath. Sometimes these can be really intense on the hip, okay? Nice deep breath. And exhale. Good. On this next inhale, we are going to walk our back leg in. So we walk our back leg in. Both of our feet are pointing forward, but my left foot is behind me. I'm kind of in a triangle pose here. Both knees are straight, but don't lock. Keep them a little bit soft here, okay? Never lock your knees. Look down towards your knee. If you can't reach the ground, that's fine. You can keep your hands on your calf or like your ankle. That's completely fine. All right, and look down towards that knee. Deep breaths. And right from here, I'm going to lift my back heel up. Push into the front of that leg and down. Take that 3 more times. We go 2 and down. We go 3 and down. Last time, 4 and down. Good. Right from here, I'm going back into that lunge here. All right. And I'm going to drop my back knee. Okay. My whole foot is still on the ground. My right foot's still completely on the ground here. I'm going to turn out this leg and bring my elbows down. Okay. If this isn't doable for you, this is too much of a stretch, come back up here. Okay. This is more of like a front hip flexor stretch than it is a hamstring stretch. Okay. So just be mindful. We're getting like the whole leg here. Okay. All right. Take a few deep breaths here. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Right from here, we're going to straighten out the front leg. All right. Now, this can be really intense. This is almost kind of like a half split. All right. So we want to be really intentional where we're putting our weight. You want your weight back towards your back foot. Okay. And then you should feel a stretch in your hamstring. From here, we can point and flex the foot. Okay. Point and flex. This is optional, but it provides for a deeper stretch. Good. Taking a nice deep breath here. And exhale. We're going to tuck that leg underneath for pigeon pose. Good. And taking a deep breath. If you would like to remain seated upright, you can remain seated upright. If not, you can reach over that leg. Now, the difficulty of pigeon depends on you. If your foot is tucked more underneath yourself, it's easier. If you would like a little bit of a deeper stretch, you kind of walk that foot out to like a 90-degree angle. So adjust as you need, okay? Good. Now let's just take a nice deep breath here. And exhale. These are really deep stretches, so please, 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 if you're feeling any pain or major discomfort, please stop what you're doing. These stretches aren't for everyone, okay? Also, always talk to your doctor or PT before doing anything, any tutorial on YouTube, honestly. Okay, I always put a disclaimer in my videos, in my captions, but please, take care of yourself. You know your own body, okay? So right from here, I'm gonna sit down on the side. Okay, relieve the tension from your legs. I'm gonna bend my back leg, which is my left leg right now. And I'm gonna straighten out my front leg. From here, I'm going to reach forward, okay? Now, these are a mix between static and like dynamic stretches. So if you need to change which stretches you do to fit your routine or your body, that's fine. You don't need to do these in order. If you like to do static stretches at the end of your routine, feel free to do that, okay? All right, I'm gonna walk forward and reach. Good, taking a nice deep inhale in and out. And coming back in. And hold as long as you need. You don't need to be doing this for like 10 seconds. I recommend holding each pose 30 seconds, okay? If that's too much for you, do what feels best for you. Again, you know your own body, okay? All right, we're gonna take the whole thing on the other side. All right, so starting with our left lunge, pushing. My right leg is back and straight. My left foot is completely on the ground. All right, nice deep inhale here. And exhale. Breathing is so important. When you are stretching, your muscles need oxygen and it helps you relax too. So make sure that you're breathing. Right from here, you're going to bring in your back leg, push into triangle, okay? Both feet are facing forward, all right? And again, you don't need to have your hands on the ground, okay? Right from here, I'm gonna look down towards my leg and feel this stretch. Again, not locking my knee, keep it kind of soft. And deep breath in here. And exhale. And right from here, we lift up the back heel for 1. And down. We go 2. And down. 3. And down. Last time we go 4. And down. Good, releasing that back leg back into our lunge, dropping the back knee, pushing into the front of this hip, and then you can stay here, or if you would like a deeper stretch, you can come down onto your elbows, all right? Again, do at your own risk, at your own pace. You know your body better than I do. All right, taking a nice deep breath here. And exhaling. Right from here, I'm gonna push back. Straighten out that front foot. You might need to adjust, pushing your weight back towards your feet, okay? Right from here, I drop my head down and I point and flex my foot. I feel more of a stretch when I flex my foot than when I point. So it's almost kind of like flossing and giving my hamstring little breaks. But again, this stretch is really intense. So take your time. Then right from here, we're gonna tuck our foot underneath for pigeon pose, okay? And again, adjusting pigeon pose how you need. All right, gonna take it over. You can remain seated upright or you can fold over your leg. Making sure that your back knee isn't turning out and you're not sitting on your side. You are over and your hips are square to the ground. Okay, nice deep breath here. And exhale. And when you're ready to come out of that, we're gonna find ourselves in a seated position with our legs straight. I need a little sip of water though. So, little water break, give yourself a little break. Okay. Sitting upright, we're gonna keep our feet in front of us. This is where we're gonna do some major forward folding, but let's do a let's do an active stretch or a dynamic stretch first. So feet are in front of you, okay? I like to start with either my feet flexed or pointed because I'm a dancer. So I'm gonna start with my feet pointed, but up to you. But just make sure it's not like an in-between. You wanna activate those muscles, okay? So I'm going to put my arms up over my head, reach forward, and then I'm gonna sweep my arms to my sides, swoop behind myself, up and over, and then try to reach further. And we do it again. We go behind, up and over. Can you reach further? And again, we go up and over, reach. 2 more times, we go up and over and reach. Last time we're gonna hold, we go up and over, reach towards those legs. If you can't reach your feet, that's fine. Reach towards your ankles or your calves, or keep your hands down by your side. We wanna think about getting our chest as close as possible to the top of our legs, okay? So reaching up and over. Taking a nice deep breath here. Inhale and exhale. I'm sorry if I'm like blowing into the mic here too. Like, I don't know how this sounds, so my apologies if it is. All right, keeping your head down here though. Good, and coming up. All right, that is one of my favorite like forward fold progressions to try to reach further and further for your feet. So please do that all the time. It's so important, especially once we start to get older, that we can reach forward to grab things and have the mobility to do basic things like that. So please, please, please practice your stretches, okay? All right, right from here, I'm gonna take both of my legs outwards. I'm gonna start with a side stretch a little moving past my legs, but I'm gonna start with a side stretch and then I'm gonna twist into a hamstring stretch. But I always like to start with a side stretch. So I'm gonna reach up and over to my left, but maybe your right, and reaching up and over. I wanna make sure that my shoulders are square. I don't want to fold over or be reaching up too high. Stack them up and over. Feel the stretch along the side of your body. Okay, deep inhale. And as we come up, exhale. We inhale, other way, inhale. And exhale. Feeling the stretch in the side of my body and just relaxing. And exhale as we come up. I'm gonna twist towards my leg here. And now my goal here is to try to get my chest as close to the top of my leg as possible. If you start to feel clenching or like cramps, stop what you're doing. You're taking it too far. Let the legs come in a little bit and readjust, okay? Never try to push through cramps or anything. Been there, done that. Don't do that, okay? So we twist towards that leg and we walk our hands out nice and slow. Trying to think about getting that head towards our knee, reaching, feeling the stretch in our hamstrings behind our leg. And I like to hold these for a long time. Obviously, I'm speeding up for the sake of time in videos, but please hold all of these stretches as you need. And we come up. Twist towards the other side. Reach forward and down. Nice deep breath in and out. Try to relax your muscles. And then walk your hands back in. Good. All right, right from here, one last stretch here. Okay, keeping your knees and toes facing the ceiling. Your toes can be flexed or pointed, up to you. All right, we're going to walk our hands forward. as far as we can. This is an inside of the thigh stretch, so less hamstringing here, but I did say we were going to get the whole leg today, so nice deep, deep breaths. If you're trying to improve your middle splits, this is the one. This is the stretch. If that's what you're working on. And walk your hands back in. Good. Okay, shake it out. All right. I'm sure your legs are feeling kind of more loose now. All right, right from here, I want to go into a little bit of a bar stretch. So if you have a bed, a table, a chair, anything that you can elevate your leg on. It doesn't need to be super high up, but just anything that you can. All right, so we're gonna stand up, all right? And I'm going to face towards my bar, all right? So I'm gonna start by just putting my foot onto my surface. I'm gonna grab onto my bar. You can grab onto your bed or your stool, or you can just keep your hands by your side. As you can see, this is almost like a mid-air lunge almost, and I'm just pushing in to my surface, okay? Keeping my heel down. Then right from here, I'm gonna put my foot on my bar. For you guys, it might be again, like a stool, a bed, putting it on your surface. And then this is where we get into our deep static stretches. We reach over, keeping our foot on an elevated surface, reaching up and over. Now these are really, really deep and intense hamstring stretches, so please be careful when you do these, okay? And coming up, releasing the leg, other foot, start in that little lunge first. Good, pushing into the front of that hip, ankle on top of your surface, and hinging over, head dropping down, feeling the deep stretch. Again, if you don't have anywhere to put your hands, you can put your hands down, by your sides, forward, whatever works for you here. All right, nice deep inhale and exhale. And releasing the leg. All right, I have one more kind of like dynamic stretch for you guys, which is also kind of like a nerve flossing stretch, which is good for sciatica pain as well, but really great hamstring stretch. So you're going to start on your back, and I'm gonna face the side for you guys. So I'm going to lay down on my back. I'm gonna bring in my right leg and hug it in towards my chest, trying to get my knee and thigh as close to my chest as possible. Make sure you take a deep breath in and exhale. Good. Right from here, I'm gonna grab behind the leg. All right, I'm not grabbing behind my knee. I'm either grabbing my thigh or my calf. Up to you guys, okay? I'm going to bend my knee and make sure this foot is flexed to support my knee joint. All right, so bend and flex. Then from here, you're going to straighten and point your foot. I know it sounds like, oh my gosh, you gotta point your foot, but you do. We bend and flex and point and straighten. Bend and flex. Straighten and point. Last time, bend and flex and straighten and point. And then if you're feeling loose, you can grab your leg and pull it in closer. Okay? And then you can repeat the same process and try to pull it closer and closer each time. Okay? From here, we do the other leg. We hug our left knee in, nice deep breath, inhale, and exhale. And then grab behind the thigh or the calf. We bend and flex and straighten and point. Bend and flex, straighten and point. Bend and flex, straighten and point. Last one, bend and flex, straighten and point. And then you can grab the thigh and pull it in closer and repeat the same process as many times as you feel the need to. Okay? Well, that concludes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my account. That way I can keep making you guys more videos like this. I have a ton of other videos, so please go to my channel and check them all out. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you.